you know, here's this name of this writer that cut through. That was interesting to me because, like, you know, in older generations, you know, everybody was listening to the same radio shows, you know.
And you, decent guy?
No.
Terrible human being.
How old are your girls now?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think the idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
Well. Hollywood has been hit with another bombshell, and this one is shaking things up big time. Ryan Reynolds has officially filed for divorce from Blake Lively, and let's just say she is not taking it well. At least, that's what sources close to the situation are saying. Their picture-perfect marriage? Yeah, apparently not so perfect behind the scenes. Fans are shocked, insiders are talking, and comparisons to, you guessed it, Amber Heard are already flying. So, what really happened? Hang on. For years, Blake and Ryan were basically the poster couple for relationship goals. Flirty Instagram posts, red carpet chemistry, and that whole "we're just like you" vibe. But according to people familiar with the matter, things started getting messy when Blake took on It Ends With Us, a movie that was supposed to be a major career milestone. At first, everything seemed fine. She was working with Justin Baldoni, a director known for emotional storytelling, and her name alone was enough to get people excited. But then, boom, rumors started flying. Word on the street was that there was tension on set, alleged personality clashes, disagreements, and whispers that someone was playing dirty behind the scenes. Some of Blake's supporters brushed it off, saying Hollywood is always looking for drama. But others, they started seeing patterns that looked a little too familiar. Amber Heard? Anyone? Now, here's where things get real interesting. Leaked text messages suggested that Blake wasn't just dealing with drama, she might have been stirring some of it herself. Allegedly, she was strategizing behind the scenes, trying to control how the movie was edited and marketed, and even pulling strings to use Ryan's influence to her advantage. That's right, her own husband. And when that kind of thing gets exposed, it never ends well.
We'd have these family dinners, and he would sort of, you know, right when the digital cameras came out, you know, it was also in perfect concert with when internet was dial-up.
As someone who is so deeply passionate myself, I was so excited about that. I would so much rather have that than people who are indifferent.
Blasé.
It's like a wedding, like something old, something borrowed, something blue, something new.
Wait, which one? Now I want to think of the scene.
Oh, I'm wearing her stuff all over it.
Oh, really?
And tons of like Bodhi, which is with this. I borrowed it.
His suit?
It was meant for him to wear, but it's so pretty. Look at it. You guys are not getting it in the shot.
At first, Blake played the victim, implying that Justin Baldoni was leaking stuff to make her look bad. She hinted that the stress was getting to her and that she was being unfairly targeted. But then, boom, more evidence surfaced. And suddenly, the narrative wasn't so clean-cut anymore. Extended messages showed that Baldoni had actually gone out of his way to make sure Blake was comfortable, asking about her well-being and checking in more than once. In other words, her claims not adding up. And then, the lawyer walked out. Yep, Blake's own attorney, a big-name legal powerhouse who usually fights to the bitter end, suddenly severed ties. And not quietly either. A statement was released, making it clear that something wasn't lining up with the facts. When a lawyer jumps ship like that, it's not a good sign. Even Blake's biggest defenders started to hesitate. As for Ryan, sources say he originally stood by Blake, wanting to support her through the controversy. But then, after seeing all the behind-the-scenes conversations, texts, and the growing pile of evidence, he changed his mind. Fast. And when a guy like Ryan officially files for divorce? Yeah, that's not just a minor disagreement. And let's talk about the Amber Heard comparisons. The downfall, the leaked messages, the shifting public opinion. It's all hitting familiar beats. Amber went from a beloved actress to one of Hollywood's most controversial figures practically overnight. And now, some people are saying Blake might be on the same path. The parallels are striking. Both women were initially praised for their talent, beauty, and charm. But when details from their personal lives and alleged manipulations started to surface, public perception shifted dramatically. In both cases, leaked messages played a huge role in dismantling their credibility, making fans question whether they were truly victims or skilled players in Hollywood's behind-the-scenes power games.
He is just this sort of more bucked-up version, more beautiful version of Deadpool.
Where's your mask? You guys are seeing this, right?
And he's got these long flowing locks and he's sort of a Zen character.
So sorry about that. This place is beautiful. Told you there were a lot of dead pools over there.
Boy, do I love playing nice pool. He's just so manufactured and so nice that, you know, by the time his head is just blown clean off of his body, you're breathing a slight sigh of relief. I have low bone density and I have to keep my face safe.
I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me, is that she's a walking, talking contradiction, yet it's perfectly harmonious for her.
One major difference, however, is that while Amber Heard's legal battles were largely centered around her relationship with Johnny Depp, Blake Lively's controversy extends to both her professional and personal life. Her alleged attempts to influence It Ends With Us behind the scenes, combined with her high-profile split from Ryan, have made her situation even more complex. Unlike Amber, whose downfall was driven by courtroom drama, Blake's fate seems to be unfolding through industry leaks and shifting alliances. But the result could be just as damaging: endorsements fading, roles put on hold, and the court of public opinion turning against her. Industry insiders are already talking about how studios are hesitant to move forward with projects involving Blake. Meetings are reportedly getting postponed, endorsement deals are up in the air, no one wants to invest in someone whose name is attached to controversy. And let's be real, Hollywood moves fast. One day you're a star, the next, you're a liability. Meanwhile, sources claim Blake is spiraling. Some say she's devastated and in total disbelief. Others, they say she's furious, ready to fight back against both the divorce and the damage to her career. But as more leaks, testimonies, and insider accounts emerge, it's getting harder and harder to control the narrative. And Ryan? Well, he's keeping a low profile, but people close to him say he struggled with his decision before ultimately deciding he had to file. And let's be real, if your own husband can't back your version of events, what does that say about the situation? Justin Baldoni, on the other hand, is playing it smart. Instead of lashing out, he's releasing full communication logs, unedited details, and factual evidence to let people see the full picture. And so far, it's working in his favor. The more receipts he provides, the shakier Blake's defense looks.
But I was like just tracking him down, and then I finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, you know, what is this? Because the script is definitely like a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
and
of
it's
both.
like, yeah, it's like really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and like, you know, kind of like my outfit, I guess.
And nerves because I cared so deeply about the women and the people that go through this every day.
Then there's the whole producer situation. Another big name, Jamie Heath, stepped in to talk about an incident where Blake claims she was blindsided by a personal video. His side of the story? He says he asked her permission beforehand, and she was totally fine with it at the time. But now, she's painting it as something completely different. And you know what that does? It breeds doubt. People are left wondering, was it just a misunderstanding? Or was it a deliberate attempt to twist the story for sympathy? And let's not forget, this isn't just about career drama. The divorce makes everything 10 times messier. Once legal paperwork is involved, there's no going back. Could they reconcile? Maybe. But sources close to Ryan say he's done. And once trust is broken, well, good luck fixing that.
I mean, I internalized that as opportunity. Like, we had such a responsibility to this audience to deliver something and to have the opportunity to deliver something for a passionate group of people.
Yeah.
It's based on a beautiful, really important book, and it's about a young woman named Lily who confronts the generational cycles in her life and breaks them and ends the circle. And I hope people find it inspiring, and yet also, you know, it's a film about a heavy topic. It's about domestic violence.
At the end of the day, Hollywood is watching. The public is watching. And as more and more details emerge, one thing is becoming clear. This isn't just about a marriage ending. It's about perception, power, and how fast public opinion can turn. Whether Blake can bounce back from this remains to be seen. But with each new leak, the road ahead looks rough. And if history tells us anything, it's that once you fall from grace, It's nearly impossible to climb back up. But hey, what do you think? Is Blake being unfairly targeted? Or is this just another case of Hollywood drama exposing someone's true colors? Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on this wild situation. You won't want to miss what happens next.